Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my fellow aviators. So in today's video for the F-15E, I'll be going over air-to-air refueling. Now, if you're a veteran of the ECS and you have previously flown the A-10 or F-16, you've done aerial refueling with those, this is going to be a little bit different. The A-10 and F-16 have a center line fuel port, uh, A-10 being on the nose, F-16 being on the back. Everything is a little bit unique. The fuel port is not center line. It's actually on the left shoulder position for the F-15E, um, or just F-15 in general. And so that's going to change your position. And with your position being changed, that's going to change your peripherals and your sight picture, basically. And I'll go over that as we get there. So we'll go ahead here and on pause. Make sure our radios are set. Contact the tanker.
Texaco 1-1, in field 1-1, request rejoin. In field 1-1, Texaco 1-1, proceed to pre-contact at 20,000 at 300.
So as you are approaching tanker, so as you say, he's gonna be at Angels 200. So we are gonna be coming up on him from the rear, and well, just from any direction you're coming from the tanker, you want to be uh below him at least 100 to 200 feet, and that just gives you enough clearing room so that if you let like if you come in way too hot to the tanker and you're not able to slow down in time, you're in no risk of running into him. Because if you're co-altitude with him, you then have to go evasive and or you're just gonna slam right into the rear of him, and it just doesn't look good. So we're currently coming up on him. Here, we're making good. So go ahead, get the air brake out, throttle to idle. Okay, we're about slow down 350 knots. Alright, so his anti-collision lights just came on, and boom operator is extending the probes. That means that he is getting prepped and ready for us. So he's also going to be slowing down way more, so we need to slow down as well. And then as we're approaching him, I'm going to go ahead and get the field port open, which field port switch is located right here. And I recommend you binding that to your HOTAS so that you can keep your eyes on him when during formation flying. The lead person, in this case the tanker, is your whole world. You keep your eyes on him. That is how you're going to keep a solid formation with them throughout the entire duration of the flight. So we're going to go ahead and flip the fuel port switch to open it up. Ready light comes on top left of the canopy halo, and then and now we're well within the tanker's what I call bubble, which is basically like an invisible bubble that is around a tanker where your ready pre-contact actually works. I say that because new people to aerial refueling always mess up the ready pre-contact. So I hope that helps you a little bit. Another good explanation on how to get ready pre-contact to work every single time is think of it as like you're getting to position for the boom operator. So the boom operator has to see you in order for him to confirm that you are ready for air refueling. So imagine, so just imagine that, and then once you feel you're in position and close enough to the tanker,
Ready
hit
pre-contact.
hit the ready pre-contact.
Cleared contact.
He gave us a clear contact, so we will go ahead and push up the tanker now. If that didn't work, the tanker would ready to us return pre-contact, which basically means, hey, you're not close enough, get up closer and do it again. So we're coming up here, approaching, and during aerial refueling, do not use autopilot. No, 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 no. Do not use autopilot. Because if something goes wrong, that autopilot will not be able to react. And you will not have a feeling of what the plane is feeling at all. So I always tell people that when you're refueling, no matter if it's basket flying or basket fueling or boom refueling,
You're taking fuel.
autopilot stays off. The only person that's allowed to have autopilot on during refueling operations is the tanker. And then if you need more control, stand by. If you need more control, which I'm just having troubles with the throttle right now, if you're just having like pitch control issues or roll control issues, then trim. Trim is your best friend. Trim, 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 trim. Even in civilian aviation, for me, in my training, like trim, trim, trim. You should not be flying the plane. It should be a joyride for you. Trim is your best friend. So if the nose feels like it's coming up on you, then trim it down. If it's dipping and you're having to constantly fight it, then trim it up. If it's rolling one way or the other, then trim that out as well. It should it should be it should be smooth and easy for you to maneuver. Because like right now, I'm not using a lot of inputs. Just slow throttle inputs. Okay, he's gonna roll out, so we're gonna be rolling out as well. And also during when the tanker takes a bank, right? When the tanker takes a bank, just use your peripherals and use the halo. Well, I use my peripherals in the halo as reference is, and also top of the HUD to basically know, where my aircraft, uh, how my aircraft is positioned relative the to tanker. Because because when the tanker takes a bank, there's a slight delay. It's not it instantaneous, but it's slight. There's a slight delay until the aircraft or until the tanker really starts turning. So that gives you that gives you some time to react, but don't. But you gotta. But that's where like knowing your aircraft comes into play. Is that you want to bank enough to where you can match his turning rate, and yeah, and usually most of the time it's just matching his wings with yours. Basically, what basically saying is like if his left wing is down more than the other, then you need to if he's slightly banking to the left, then you need to bank slightly to the left, and you just match your aircraft to his. Now the other thing, about air refueling that I kind of skipped over that I'd like to inform you about. That people who do boom refueling or new to do boom refueling don't quite understand when people say fly off the lights. So as you see, I'm pretty sure you've noticed this early on. So on the forward portion of the tanker, there are two strips of lights. There's the left strip and right strip, right there. It's very similar, very similar to the carrier's flaws system. The left strip of lights is your vertical relation to the tanker, and your right in the right strip is your forward and aft relation to the tanker. And if those lights are in the center, because the light represents you, if the lights are in the center, you're in a perfect spot for the boom operator. And that is what you are flying off of. Now, your left and right relation, that is you. You control that yourself. You need to use your peripherals, you need to use relationships between like your canopy halo and something on the aircraft. So what I usually use is the canopy halo and the relations to the two outer engines in my peripherals. So it's like where I'm at right now is a good spot, perfect spot for those lights. And also, I'm pretty sure you've noticed that I've offset myself to the right, basically to his like right shoulder, basically. And that is where you want to be with the 15 to have to be about center line with the tolerances for air-to-air refueling operations. Alright, so he just radioed to us and said that our transfer is complete, so that means we're topped off on fuel. So we'll go ahead and close the fueling port, and we'll back the throttle out a little bit just to give us some breathing room, and we'll back out from the boom. And then uh, as per tanker operations, when you are flying in formation with a group of people, in your formation that you flew in with, the left side is for the people that are waiting in line basically for the boom that need to be fueled up, and then the right side of the tanker is for people that are done and topped off and now are waiting for the rest of their wingmen to finish up. So you'll just pull up here on the right side of the tanker and you'll just fly formation. So I hope this was a good help to any of you who have been having trouble with air-to-air refueling with the F-15, and I will see you guys next one. Take care.